Learn from everything, every rise and each fall.
Hey y'all, it's Joefer here, the cranky
In
old
the
gay guy.
cracks and the
So today I am going to be covering the 5 L's. That's L, not loser, but L's, to help you live a better life. These are 5 things that I try to follow in my life. It's not always fantastic, life in general, but if you follow these 5 guidelines, these 5 tips, you will notice improvements pretty much right away. The first L is learn, as in learn from everything. That's right. Keep your mind open. Even if you're having a failure, you're learning something. You're learning how not to be a failure again, or you're learning how not to say what you said. So as long as you look at everything as a learning opportunity, it's going to increase what you've got going on in your toolbox. It's a therapy word. Your toolbox to help you get along in life. An example would be, let's say you want to go somewhere and you're going to take a city bus. You get there, you get on this bus, it's a miserable experience, but you get to your destination and that kind of set the tone for the day, so you're trying to cheer up. Just think of that bus trip as a learning opportunity. It was terrible. Yeah, it was terrible. But look at all the people that you met and you saw and all the characters that were on that bus. Think of it as a stage play. And you learn from that character not to be that way in public. You learn from that character not to dress that way in public. You learn from that character how important hygiene is. Okay, so you are learning. So that's number 1, is learn from everything. Number 2 is listen, as in listening to others. Listen all the time anyway, but listen to others specifically. Hear what they're saying. Be present in the moment. If you're having a conversation with someone, don't be scrolling through your phone. Make eye contact, not in a creepy way, but when they talk to you, look them back in the eye, nod, as if you're listening. If you're not understanding what they say, can you repeat that? And that's going to show them that you respect them, you're paying attention, and you are listening. This is going to work for you in 2 ways. 1, they're going to know that you were there and you weren't not paying attention. And number 2, you really heard them. You know what they were saying, you know where they're coming from, you know their feelings. That's going to build a stronger relationship between the 2 of you. And it also helps build your skill level when it comes to communicating with other people. Number 3, look beyond the surface. That's right. You've heard the old saying, don't judge a book by its cover. That's what this is about. Look beyond the surface. You see someone out on the street, looks happy and cheery, everything in life is going well for them. Well, don't assume that, because maybe it's not. Maybe they're just putting on a good face. Maybe their life is falling apart, but they've pulled it together to go out in public because they don't want to draw attention. The same with someone who cancels on you. Let's say they're planning on coming to your party and then they don't. Well, don't get all bent out of shape about it because they said they couldn't make it, something came up. Well, you're assuming they just didn't want to come. But maybe something did come up. Maybe they couldn't get a sitter. Maybe their car broke down. Maybe someone that they care about is in the hospital and they have to go see them. Maybe they suffer from depression and they just don't want to be around people. You don't know what's going on, so you really have to look beyond everything that's happening on the surface to understand that it's not about you all the time. Because all the time it's not. In fact, most of the time it's not going to be about you. It's not going to be about me. It's going to be about whoever's doing whatever that's affecting you. It's about them. It's not about you. So unless you know that you are a big a-hole and no one wants to come to your party, but you kind of force them into accepting an invitation, unless that's you, the a-hole, it's not about you. So look below the surface, see what's going on before you make a judgment on someone. and that will make your life a lot easier going forward. The next is love. This thing, who does that? Beyonce, which I don't know, Taylor Swift. I just said Taylor Swift, so if anyone does a search, that will be in the transcript and everyone will want to come see what Taylor Swift's about. And I don't think that works, but okay. Love with purpose. Don't throw your love around willy-nilly. Now, I don't mean sex. If you want to go have sex, just do it ethically, be upfront, let them know that you're there for the sex and you're not there for something else, because you don't want to build false expectations. But when you love with purpose, it means you are with someone or doing something with passion, and there's a purpose behind it. You're doing it because you really, really want to do it, and you really care about the subject or who you're doing it with. Even if it's just a walk in the park. You love that person, maybe not in love with that person, maybe not a physical love for that person, but you love that person. So do it with purpose, be present, be there, be warm, be friendly, be what they need you to be, and let them be what you need them to be. But love with purpose, not willy-nilly. You're not going out here and saying, oh, I love all of you. Well, you don't. If you don't really love them, don't say you love them, okay? Don't say, I love this band when you don't really love this band. I know that's kind of superficial, but it just irks me when people say that when they won't really. It's like, oh, I love spaghetti Alfredo. Well, do they really love spaghetti Alfredo? Or were they saying that because they were trying to get into the conversation? Or maybe the cook made them for dinner, or they're at a party and it's spaghetti Alfredo. So you might say, yeah, this is really tasty, or this is good, or I enjoyed this meal. You don't have to say you love it if you don't love it. Because if you don't love it, yet you say you love it, there's a good chance they're going to repeat that and give it to you again. And then where are you going to be? You're going to be stuck eating something that you don't really like at all. Okay? And the next one is the theme song from a very popular movie that's been around for a while now that I have yet to see, and that is the theme song from Frozen. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, or something like that. And when we say let it go, we're talking limitations. Let go of the limitations that you have set upon yourself. Because when you put up limitations, you're putting up roadblocks, those two, you're putting up roadblocks that you're going to have trouble getting through. Don't build a fence around your property if no one's trying to get in, because what's happening is you're keeping yourself in. You're locking down your own potential. If you let go of your limits and you do things that you wouldn't normally do, or an opportunity comes up for you to do something, and I don't mean skydiving because that's always an example, and I personally have no interest in skydiving or jumping off of a bridge or anything like that. It all seems unnecessarily hard on your body. Not to mention the mental anguish you'd have worrying, is the bungee cord going to break, or is the parachute not going to open, that kind of thing. And even if you have a successful parachute landing, you might break your ankle on the way down when you land. And then what? Yeah, I guess you have a story, but that's about all you have. You also have the stories in the newspaper where, skydivers at skydiving school falter their deaths because the chute doesn't open. And that has happened even in the Portland area, south of here in Aurora. There is an airport and they do train skydiving there. And I've seen more than one news report about a student who doesn't make it because of that. And now we are way off subject. When I say let go of your boundaries, just wipe that off the plate. We're not going to talk about skydiving and the bad things about it. It's more of an open your mind. Think of the hippie vibe of open your mind, man. Feel the vibes of other people and what's going on. Don't be so stringent and stuck in a rut. I, in the past, believe it or not, was stuck in a rut. Oh my God, I was so anal about everything. The furniture had to be in a certain way. The pictures had to be a certain way on the wall. In my first apartment, I moved the furniture probably every month, moved it around, just because I wanted something fresh and new. But everything had a place, and everything had to be in its place when it wasn't in use. I got over that real quick after I bought a house. I knew where things were at, but it was a lot more work than staying in an apartment, because you also have maintenance, and you have the yard, and you have a bigger space, and you have taxes, and you have every utility bill. Nothing is paid for by the apartment. And then when I got another house, it was even more work. And then I moved into this house, and I got it just perfect the way I wanted it 26 years ago. But over time, it's less and less important to me to have everything where I think it was designed to be. When I set up my first workshop, a little wood shop in my basement of another house, I hung everything up where I wanted it, and then I put outlines of everything, so it'd be easy to see where things go back in place. Now I would never do that, because what if you buy a new wrench? Well, now where are you going to hang it? Because you want it to be with the wrenches, but you can't, because you've drawn these stupid outlines all over the wall, and it's just not going to look right, and it's going to look out of place. So I still want things to be where I can find them, but they don't have to be perfect. If that plant that's on the shelf is 2 inches to the left instead of right where I want it to be, I'm not going to fret over it or run over there and change it like I would in the past. And that is because I have let it go. It's the same with relationships. If you have a toxic person in your life, and it's always toxic, let it go. Cancel that relationship. Just, if they ask, just tell them, this is really unhealthy for me and I can't go on. I wish you the best, etc. If we're going to hurt them, it might hurt them. Maybe they thrive on that. Maybe they're an energy vampire and they suck the life out of you. Well, you don't need someone like that in your life. So let that go. If you have a grievance against somebody from the past years ago, don't dwell on it. I have a grievance against someone. It doesn't bother me nearly as much as it did, but it's taken almost 20 years to be able to talk about that person and that situation without really getting angry and upset inside. So I have let it go. Take a deep breath, let it go. When you find that you are frustrated like that, take 3 deep breaths, slow out. Breathe in for 4, breathe out for 7, breathe in for 4, out for 7, breathe in for 4, out for 7. And if you're concentrating on your breathing, that will relax you. And you'll say, oh, what was I thinking about before I started doing this? At least that's how it works for me. Okay, those are the 5 things we're going to go over one more time. Learn from everything. Listen to others. Look beyond the surface. Love with purpose, and let it go. So I'm going to leave you here with my rendition of Let It Go one more time. And that's pretty much the only words I know from this song. But let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. And I think it goes on and on and on. But eventually one day, I'm sure it's on TV somewhere, unless it's on Disney, and I don't have Disney. But eventually in some slow period, maybe I will watch it. I'm going to let you go for now. Thank you for joining me today. I will be back tomorrow with a new and fresh subject. So take care. I enjoy hearing your comments and interacting with you. So please leave me a comment. And whoever was out there asking God for my forgiveness, I think that's what his message meant. And it was regarding the advice episode. I still don't understand what someone's asking forgiveness for me for. I did question that, and that commenter has not responded. So if that commenter is you, please explain yourself to me and the other people that have read that comment who've questioned, yeah, I don't get it either. All right, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good one. Take care. Enjoy your Friday night. Bye.
Learn from everything, every rise and each fall. In the cracks and the echoes, there's wisdom for all. Every moment's a teacher, a lesson unsaid, a map to the answers that live in your head. Unlock the sky and let your spirit fly. Listen to others, watch the stars in their eyes. Truth in the whispers, a compass for life. Unlock the sky and let the world come alive. Look beyond the surface where the heartbeats reside. A story in shadows, the light that they hide. Every face has a secret, every soul has a song. Dive into the mystery